Hello, this is Gil Magno once again, and I am hoping that you've had a great holiday. I know I did, although I don't like holidays very much. So I'm going to start off this year with some more poetry. Okay, I'm going to start off with this poem, this first one, and I've written some notes about each poem. I think it's more interesting that way. Also, these poems, some of them are from my CD of poetry, which is called To You, My Imaginary Friend. So we're going to start off with this one called Pledge. And this one was dedicated to Charles Givens, my financial guru, from whose books I learned to straighten out my whole financial life. And it was published in his magazine, Success in Sight. It basically says that if you make a pledge to yourself that you will take full charge of your life, regardless of the past, you will gain the support and help of those self-made leaders who make the world a place of creativity and therefore happiness. So this is the appropriate poem to start the new year. And here we go. Pledge. He who, at the dawn of a dream, while cognizant of his dark past, of failure and blunders, may seem afraid that his errors may last, but makes a pledge, written by hand, to self to see the dream achieved, with purpose, faith, and full command, will find the path already weaved by the architects of the world, who, with an evoked tear of joy, will, from that one moment forward, protect and supply and employ the dreamer with fragments of thought, who brings it all to synthesis, for the pledge that with blood he wrote won the architect's auspices. Here's the next one. This is called Afraid to Love. And the notes I wrote were, she was beautiful, intelligent, sharp, and deep. She had a certain masculinity that allowed her body to assert itself whether the clothes were elegant or drab. She didn't belong to the unprogressive civilization. She had a world of her own and cared little for conventions of everyday life. Her flesh was firm and suntanned. She was ideal, but she didn't believe it, didn't see it, didn't love herself. Thus couldn't love another. I would have liked to come home and rest my body next to hers. Afraid to Love. Woman, I hear the tears of your crying heart falling on the deaf pavement of a psychological whim. I hear the pain of your past conversing with mute rationalizations. I hear the wheels of your head turning in frenzied gear, as if slowing down might crystallize it all. I hear your ballet steps on the tightrope of life. Your head high, for balance is maintained by not looking down. I feel the strength of a gentle hand, calloused by determination to help a brother or sister. I feel a fire as hot as the sun, only smoldering now for lack of emotions to consume. I feel the power of a medieval castle, whose walls, with much seen and much to tell, now frown on lips of mine within its space, and fear the new vows they might bring. I see a lonely figure walking on the beach, now running, now jumping, as if rebelling against the books she must carry, and which described, with words lost in the mind, the essence and behavior of the little form she gathers from the sand, now laughing, now crying without tears, now growing beyond its intelligence, regretting its lost vulnerability. I touch a breast replete with love, to whom yet I cannot communicate. I taste a pleading kiss that does not drink, for the wine is long gone to the head, not the heart, a contradiction. But she dances joyously alone in the meadows of the sun, and rejoices in bringing joy to others. But she drinks the essence of things, and allows the mind to caress her body. Yet she whistles in the rain. Here's another one. This one is called To a Drinking Glass. Kind of a cute one. And here are the notes. After entering my right hand, as mentioned earlier in other videos, I went from Boston to Fort Lauderdale, Florida on a self-exile for 7 months. I lived in a small cabin surrounded by mango trees, and believe it or not, it was the first time I had been really alone. After the constant performing, socializing, and the perpetual parties in Boston, I found being alone quite sweet. The cabin was completely bare, which added to my aloneness, but I spotted the drinking glass in a corner. This glass became for me a connection with the outside world. I fantasized about its former owners and the experiences had by the glass. I drank water, milk, coffee, juice, and soft drinks, all from the same glass. I couldn't buy another. It was my glass. It was my friend. To a drinking glass. This one was not an average drinking glass. No Wordsworths and five-and-dime stores, much less. But proud of its Howard Johnson's decal, it was worth more than gold. It was my pal. I met it on a shelf in rented room, oh, dirty poor thing, just waiting its doom, crying no doubt for happy times gone by, when lips of wine more fortunate than I, moist yet with evening dew from a lover's kiss, caressed its crystal rim with youthful bliss. It stood tall, still, even though somewhat lost, but I saw in its semblance a sullen ghost, a sadness pure as a newborn flower, a silent strength of a medieval tower. I bared its soul with a longing deep gaze, it with both hands to heaven I did raise, as I sighed with eucharistical awe, and uttered a reverence from my self's core. With thanks for its friendship my heart did burst, when I heard, drink of me, and you'll not thirst. Thank you.